a mini book haul, a tea tasting, and a few things that I am loving this summertime. It is time for another cuppa and a chat video. Hello book friends, I'm Jen and welcome back to my reading life and welcome to another cuppa and a chat video. If you're new here and you haven't seen any of my other cuppa and a chat videos, I will link the playlist here and in the description box for you. But these are just kind of chatty, informal videos where I share things that I'm enjoying or share some tea. I've shared my mug collections in some of these, crafts, all kinds of stuff. So we're gonna get a little variety today. I am going to share some things I've been loving this summertime. I'm also going to share a little mini book haul with you, and then I am going to share a tea tasting of some of the teas I received from PLUM DELUXE. PLUM DELUXE reached out to me a couple of weeks ago, asked if they could send me some teas. Andy, the founder of the company, emailed me, said he watched one of my videos and very much enjoyed it and asked if he could send some tea my way. Of course, I said yes, and I'm so excited to taste them all for you, let you know what I think of them. Now, while Andy did send me the teas just generously without asking for anything from me, it was not a collaboration of any kind. He did not request that I share about the teas, but I thought it was so lovely of him to do so. I shared about them on Instagram, and now I'm going to share about them here with you. And since I have received the teas, I actually have become an affiliate with PLUM DELUXE. So if you do decide you want to try out some of their teas, I do have affiliate links down in the description box below for all of the teas I'm tasting today, as well as a few other items on their site that I saw and am really intrigued by, and I'm probably going to be ordering for myself very soon, but I thought you all might like as well. If you do decide you'd like to try out some PLUM DELUXE tea, I would love it if you would utilize my affiliate links in the description box. It really does help support me and my channel. But before we get into the tea, let me share a few things that I have been loving this summertime. I don't know about you all, but one of my least favorite things about summertime is being hot and sweaty. And at the phase of life I am currently in, which is perimenopause, as I am sure a number of you watching this are also going through, or maybe about to go through, or have just finished with it. But I'm hot just at random times throughout the day, and it's a lot. I have fans everywhere, but actually one of my favorite things is just this little kind of paper fan that my mom gave me a couple of years ago. I keep this here in my reading room, and it's so pretty, makes me so happy just to open it up. It can be easily tucked into a bag or a purse, or you can just keep it next to you or carry it around with you. And it is just the best at keeping me cool. I use it a lot while I'm filming. You don't see that, but in between takes or pauses in filming, often I am utilizing this little fan. It is the best. I know you can find these in all kinds of places. If I can find a link to any online, I'm sure they are very inexpensive. I bet a place like World Market or somewhere like that would have them. I'm sure Amazon has them as well. But if you can find one of these, I feel like I'm hearkening back to days gone by with my little paper fan. Get yourself one of these. If you're hot like I am in the summertime, it's perfect. Actually, you can probably get yourself a whole bunch of these and they'd be perfect. You could put them all over your house and keep them in your purse and your car and wherever you might need them. Yes, I might have to get myself some more of these. And I just shared about this in my most recent newsletter that I send out. If you don't know, I have a newsletter that goes out every Friday where I share just little tidbits about my life, about what I'm currently reading, about the small things that are making me happy, as well as what is going on my channel. And I have calendar updates on there. Anyone can sign up to receive my newsletter. It is through my Patreon, but you do not have to be a paid Patreon member member to receive the newsletter. So I will have a link to my Patreon down in the description box below. If you want to head over there, you can just join as a free member and you will receive my newsletter every Friday. But this past Friday, one of my favorite little things that I'm loving lately is San Pellegrino lime flavored sparkling water. I had this, we went out to lunch for my mom's birthday last weekend and I had this at lunch, just thought it sounded good and refreshing, and the restaurant we were at had crushed ice, and so I had it over crushed ice. It was so delicious. I absolutely loved it. It's my new favorite flavor of sparkling water, and I've been drinking it ever since then. I think I've had one every single day because they're so refreshing. And this is just sparkling water with, I think, a little hint of lime. There's no sugar added to it or anything, but if you can find these where you are, they are yummy. They come in lots of different flavors too, so if lime is not your preference, you could try out one of the other flavors, but delicious. This is going to be my go-to drink, I think, all summer long. A little spoiler for you all for what I have read in July, and that is that I just recently finished My Family and Other Animals by Gerald Durrell. Loved this. I actually ended up listening to the audiobook, which is read by Hugh Bonneville from Downton Abbey, if you watch and love Downton Abbey like I do. And the audiobook was fantastic. It was funny, and I love Gerald Durrell's writing, and I can't wait to read the rest of his memoirs about his life with his family and on Corfu. But it just prompted me to restart the Durrells in Corfu TV series, and it has been just the perfect watch for summertime. The setting in Corfu is so beautiful. It is funny, it's poignant, it's just wonderful. I love Keely Hawes as the mother, and I think it is just so wonderfully cast. You will recognize a lot of faces in it from before. They were famous for other things, but I am just enjoying it. I feel like it's the perfect summertime watch, so I'm just going to be binging through that for the rest of the summertime. But if you're looking for something just kind of cozy for summertime, I feel like it's kind of a cozy watch, but still summery in feel, then definitely give the Durrells in Corfu a watch if you haven't already seen it, or maybe rewatch it if you have. And then I just thought I'd share a couple of little things that I have been kind of working on this summer, things that have been keeping me from doom scrolling on my phone or just scrolling endlessly on my phone and losing track of all time. First up is this Brain Games word search that I found. This is the Relax and Solve word search, and I've been enjoying this so much. It's fun. I've been doing it with I have these Zebra mild liner highlighter pens, and I've been kind of just using those, and it makes it kind of colorful. So as much as I love doing crossword puzzles and things like that, sometimes I just need something a little bit easier and simpler, and I really enjoy doing word searches, and these are fun. They're all kind of thematic, and I've just kind of been picking and choosing the ones I want to do. Actually, the last one I just finished was called In the Library, so it was all words that had to do with books and libraries. You know, I love that. So that was really fun. And my son has also gotten interested in this, and so he's done some of the word searches and helped me do some of them. So it's just been a fun little thing to have out and just something to engage with that isn't my phone. And then I have been working on a project for so long. It's kind of ridiculous. So since about 2007, I believe, or the end of 2006, I have kept a reading journal, a physical reading journal. But I have changed up over the years the way I kept that journal, how much information I included, how elaborate I made it. And I would always find myself not kind of sticking to it and then having to go back and kind of do bulk entries rather than just like enter the books in right after I had finished reading them. And then I apologize, I can't remember who it was who sent me on Instagram this little story about this man who had kept reading journals throughout his whole life. And he really just wrote like the title, the author, I think at the date he read it, and that was really it. And that was what I had started off doing with my reading journal and gotten away from it. And now I've just decided that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to keep a reading journal of the title, the author, and the date I finished it. And then I might put a little indicator, a heart or a star or something if I really loved the book. But other than that, it's just going to be a very simple record keeping of everything I've read. So I have a journal that goes from 2006-7 through 2016, but what I wanted to do was create a journal from 2017 going forward to today. So I have gathered up all of my old journals that I kept in all kinds of different notebooks and journals and things, and I'm consolidating them all into this notebook. This is just a blank lined journal that I purchased at Half Price Books, and I like it. It has all these vintage book covers on it, so it's really perfect for a reading journal. And so I have just been going through and writing in the titles, authors, and the dates that I read books. And my goal this summer is to get caught up, and I'm doing pretty well. I'm in July of 2024, so I am 2 years behind, but I am quickly catching up. So my goal is to fill in at least a page every single day. So if I can fill in a page every single day, that gets me, oh gosh, usually a month or two worth of reads on a single page. So that is good progress. And like I said, my goal is to be completely caught up by the time my son goes back to school, which is at the beginning of August. So I don't have much farther to go. I have been keeping so many of you lovely viewers of mine send me wonderful mail, bookish mail, and lots of stickers and things. So I have been collecting them inside my journal. I still have more I need to add in this, but I just thought it would be fun, and I thought I might put a few little stickers amongst the different entries. These were from Beth from Small Home Comforts. She sent me a few stickers, and yeah, so I'm just going to keep this, and I thought it'd be so lovely. You know, I will just start a new book when this one finishes, but I'm just going to fill this one up. It'll probably take me quite a few years to get through it, but that's perfect. And then I will have these journals just filled with the books I read and when I read them. And I like that it's just kind of easy to go back and kind of flip through and look. And if I want to look at what did I read in the summertime, what did I read at the holidays, it just makes it really easy to look for those books and find them and be remembered of them. And something about the sort of tactile writing of the books helps me actually remember about when I read them, where I was when I was reading them, what was going on in my life when I read them. So I really do like keeping a physical journal. That's just me personally. That's how my brain works. So, but you know, however you want to keep a journal, I know so many people keep beautiful reading journals that are very artistic and filled with all kinds of information. And if that's what you love doing, absolutely do that. Keep it like kind of journal keeping. But for me, I just want to keep it very simple and straightforward. I know that's what I can keep up with, and that's what's most important to me. So that is my other little project for the summertime. And now I'm going to show you a little mini book haul. I have one book that a lovely viewer and Patreon friend of mine sent to me out of the kindness of her heart. And then I have 3 books that I just recently received from Thrift Books. So I thought I would share those with you today. First up is the book that my lovely friend Lori sent to me, and she included this pretty little bookmark. It says, "Life was made for good friends and great adventures." Thank you, Lori, so much for that. And then she sent me Big Family by Bellamy Partridge. And this book was written in 1941, or published in 1941, excuse me. And I think it's about a family right after is this the Civil War, I believe? I think it's right after the Civil War. And Lori said that one of the chapters in here was just laugh out loud funny. And so I'm very much looking forward to reading this. Sounds like obviously a family story. And has anyone else read this? It was funny because I can't remember who I heard talk about this book, Bellamy Partridge, the author. It might have been somebody in my comments, but I was actually looking for this book online for a copy of it, and I didn't find one that I wanted. And then literally the next day, this book showed up from Lori. So thank you, Lori. I'm so thrilled. This is such a lovely vintage edition, and I'm excited to have it in my collection and to give it a read. So that was a lovely surprise. And next up were 3 books that I ordered from Thrift Books. 2 of these were actually inspired by the video I did about American women writers who have really impacted my reading life. If you haven't yet watched that video, I'll link it for you here and in the description box below, so be sure to check that out. But the first book that I decided to purchase was 15 by Beverly Cleary. Beverly Cleary has a few books kind of about first love, young love, and this is one of them. So I just thought it'd be fun to kind of reread those. This says, it seems almost too good to be true. The most popular boy in school has asked Jane out and she's never even dated before. Stan is tall and good looking, friendly and hardworking, everything Jane ever dreamed of, but is she ready for this? Suppose her parents won't let her go. What if she's nervous and makes a fool of herself? Maybe he'll think she's too young. If only she knew all the clever things to say, if only she were prettier, if only she were ready for this. So, young love. I'm very, very much looking forward to revisiting it because I honestly don't remember anything about this, even though I know that I read it. And then the second book by American women writers that prompted me to purchase this one because I want to reread it, it has been a while, is Summer Sisters by Judy Blume. And I can't remember anything about this except that I really enjoyed it. It says, in the summer of 1977, Victoria Leonard's world changes forever when Caitlin Summers chooses her as a friend. Dazzling, reckless Caitlin welcomes Vix into the heart of her sprawling, eccentric family, opening doors to a world of unimaginable privilege, sweeping her away to vacations on Martha's Vineyard, an enchanting island where the 2 friends become summer sisters. Now, years later, Vix is working in New York City, Caitlin is getting married on the vineyard, and the early magic of their long, complicated friendship has faded. But Caitlin begs Vix to come to her wedding to be her maid of honor, and Vix knows that she will go because she wants to understand what happened during that last shattering summer. And after all these years, she needs to know why her best friend, her summer sister, still has the power to break her heart. Yes, I just remember this being a story about friendship and it's set in the summertime on Martha's Vineyard, and that just sounds perfect for summer reading. So I'm hoping to get to this hopefully in August, but yeah, I'm very excited to reread this and excited to have a copy for my shelf. And then this last book was actually inspired by my lovely friend Rebecca from Rebecca's Literary Wanderings. She recently did a video all about the sort of malt shop genre of books, which I didn't really even know was a thing, but apparently is, and sounds utterly delightful. I actually think probably the Beverly Cleary 15 book might fall into that kind of malt shop kind of style of book as well. But she talked about this author, and so I went down a rabbit hole searching for books by her, and I found this one, and that is Double Date by Rosamund Du Jardin. And she has a bunch of books that she's written, but this is the first book in the Pam and Penny Howard series. So I believe this is about these 2 sisters, Pam and Penny Howard, and I guess they're gonna go on a double date. But I think these books all kind of harken back to that sort of like 1950s, what you think of with like malt shops and jukeboxes and having, going like for ice cream dates and that kind of thing, and, sock hops and all that kind of stuff. So I'm here for the sort of vintageness of that, and very much looking forward to giving this a read and seeing what I think of it. But has anyone else read anything kind of in this genre or know of any other authors that you recommend? But I'm excited to give Rosamund Du Jardin a read, and even though this is like a reprint of this book, I really like the look of this cover. It's very vintagey. So that is my little mini book haul. And now I'm going to take you downstairs with me, and we are going to do some tea taste testing with the PLUM Deluxe teas that I received in the mail. So let us go and see what I think of my new teas. I have 4 teas that I'm going to taste test today, and the first 2 are brewed and ready, and I just need to add a little bit of milk because that's how I always drink my black teas. So do that first. The first tea that I'm going to test is actually the one I have already tasted, and that is Vanilla Latte Black. And this has black tea, honeybush tea, ground cardamom, and vanilla essence in it. I already know I like this, so. That's really good. Definitely lots of vanilla flavor coming through. Thumbs up for that one. Next up, I'm going to get the milk poured here. This is the Creme Brulee Earl Grey blend. And in this one, of course, we have black tea, orange peel, jasmine flowers, blue cornflower, bergamot oil, and vanilla and bergamot essences. It definitely smells like an Earl Grey tea. I think that's the bergamot coming through. I'm not usually a huge Earl Grey drinker, but this is nice. Oh, I like that. It's good because I feel like the bergamot, that sort of slightly florally taste you get with Earl Grey, is very mild. That is very good. I think because it's creme brulee, so that little bit of vanilla and maybe some of the orange as well coming through kind of helps soften that herbally taste, which I don't love, to be honest. I will say the Vanilla Latte Black is still my favorite, but I really like that creme brulee Earl Grey. I'm definitely going to be drinking more of that. Let me go get the other 2 teas, which are steeping right now, and we will taste those, and then I will rank them all for you. Next up is the one decaf black tea that I have to try, and this is the Decaf No Obligations Black. And in this, it has decaf black tea, rooibos tea, is that how you say that? Rooibos? Cinnamon, orange peel, cocoa nibs, calendula, vanilla essence, almond essence, hazelnut essence. Okay, so let us try this one and see what I think. I can really smell the cinnamon and the orange pieces in this. Actually, let me see if I can show you. You can really see, you can probably see it through the back there, but if not, do you see all that orange peel in there? Yes, definitely getting cinnamon and orange in this one without even tasting it, but let's see how it tastes. Ooh, that's nice. This would be great at the holidays in the winter time because it's got a very, I think just because of the cinnamon and the orange, it's got a very sort of festive holiday taste to it. I like that a lot. Yum. Okay, now we come down to the final tea, which is Porch Sippin' Pecan Black. We'll have to say, when I opened this one, the smell of this was the least interesting to me. It contains black tea, cinnamon chips, safflower, and pecan essence. So let's see what I think of the taste. A little bit of milk. Let's try it. I wonder if I should have steeped that one longer. Well, it says 3 to 5 minutes, which is what I did. It's very mild. Actually, I don't mind that. It tastes very much just kind of like a good basic black tea. When you smell it, I can get the pecan smell coming through, but I don't really taste it, I don't think. Maybe slightly nutty flavor to it. Okay, that is much nicer than I thought it was going to be. Honestly, I don't know how to rank these. Oh my goodness. Okay, I think I'm going to stick with the vanilla latte black as my favorite. Just really love that vanilla. It does have kind of a latte taste to it. And then I think second is actually going to be the decaf. I really like that. That is so lovely, and I will definitely be drinking a lot of this in the winter. I could just see like by the fire with a book and a cup of tea in the evening. That seems lovely. Then actually, I think the creme brulee Earl Grey is going to be next. It's probably the best Earl Grey I have ever tried. And that's saying something because like I said, I'm not a huge fan of Earl Grey. And then very, very close to the Earl Grey is the Porch Sippin' Pecan Black. I think just depending on what flavor profiles you prefer in your black tea, you couldn't go wrong with any of these. They're delicious. I really enjoyed them all. Now I have 4 cups of tea. I don't think I can drink all of these right now or I will be awake all night. But I might finish this decaf cup because it is really delicious and at least it won't keep me awake, right? These are all so good. And that will wrap up this little cuppa and a chat video for today. I brought up my decaf tea from my taste testing. So yummy. It smells so good. It definitely making me feel Christmassy though, even though it's the middle of summer. I hope you enjoyed this slightly different style of video than normal. I'd love to know what are some things that you are loving this summertime, and what are you watching? What are you reading? What are you sipping on? What are some of your favorite things? What is keeping you from doom scrolling on your phone? Let us chat all about our favorite summer things down in the comments below. And if you're here but you don't have anything that you would like to add in the comments, but you would like to let me know that you were here, let's leave some limes in the comment because I'm really loving that San Pellegrino lime sparkling water. So leave me some limes. Such a silly thing to leave, but I do love seeing those emojis and knowing you were here, and they really do help my channel, as do likes and also hypes on the YouTube mobile app. And if you are new here and you haven't yet done so, I would love it if you would subscribe and become a part of my cozy bookish corner of BookTube. Thank you all so much for being here. Thank you for all of your lovely comments on my most recent videos. As always, I'll be back with another video very soon. And until then, I wish you a good book and a warm cuppa. Bye.